Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR. Solo Mel. Well, I guess not completely solo Mel edition today. Lady's gonna keep me company. We're keeping each other warm outside today. It's a very cold morning. Yes, it's a cold, cold morning, lady. It's so cold. She's shivering. She's shivering. I don't know if that's the cold or if it's just the chihuahua in her. I don't know. But either way, it's chilly. It's chilly, guys. Gary, I'll give you one guess. Where do you think Gary is? Out in the blind. Yeah, he's out in the blind. He's out having his himself a nice morning hunt. He's got like, I don't know, 6 or more spots on the property where he has like blinds and tree stands and stuff set up. And he hopscotches from one to the other based off of the activity that he sees in the trail camera. And he's been like tracking down this one particular buck, and he keeps seeing it, so he knows nobody else has got it yet. But it's kind of driving him nuts a little bit because he'll go to the one stand that he's seen the activity at, and then like, nothing, he hasn't gotten it yet. And then he'll go look at his cameras, and then it's at the stand that he was at the day before, and yeah, it's playing with him. So he's on a mission. He's on a mission to get that buck, and I say good for him. It is good for him, Get out, get hiking, get the fresh air, do something that he loves. Perhaps provide for our family with some good meat. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. The venison, so like the deer that Gary got this year, we ground it up and everything, all of it. We ground it up into sausage and then also just grounds. And we actually had some last night in dinner. I made a big pot of deer chili, so venison chili. And because again, it's getting colder. And I made chili dogs with the deer venison. So we had chili for lunch, and then I used the leftover chili for dinner. So yeah, so it's providing for our family, and it gives Gary a nice activity that he really enjoys doing. But yeah, the sun is not even fully up yet. I mean, it's coming up. You can see the shadows on the mountain. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be nice and sunshiny. I mean, you can't even see a cloud in the sky right now. And it's supposed to be like that pretty much all day. I don't think it's going to break out of the 70s, or if it is going to be in the 70s, I think it's going to be in the low 70s. I haven't looked it up yet. I'm just trying to play off of what Gary was telling me last night. Anyways. Either way, it should be a pretty nice day today. Gary and I have gotten a lot of work done over at the Mudroom this week. We've got the zip board up all on the walls, the double top plates, all the cripples are in. I'm sure you guys have seen that video. If not, we do have a new video on SimpleLifeReclaimed where you guys can watch us get all that work done. And we're actually even ahead more than that even. I've got more videos that I've already got to get finished off for you guys that you guys will be seeing throughout the weekend. And we've pretty much gotten ourselves to a point now where Gary needs to order our one post. It's like a 6x6 by 8x8 post or something. He said he's either going to go with a 6x6 post or an 8x8 post. All the other posts that we got are all 6x6, so that's probably what he'll end up going with, but that particular post needs to hold up part of the roofing that we're building. I know I'm not the best at explaining it, but I'll attempt it. So there's like a post that's going to come straight up from one of the concrete footers that we put in. We wrote SLR on it. And that particular one is going to have this big post that goes up, and it's going to connect into a girder that then holds the roof rafters. Just, I guess, kind of try to imagine like what we did over at the Playhouse, and like, or even like how we built Mama V's roofing system over at her place. So think of like how that got put up. That's very similar to how it's going to be, but it is going to be different because there is going to be some valleys and stuff to work off of because our roofing is attaching to our current roofing. We're not cutting into that roofing like in it. We're going to have to cut the eave off, but we're not like cutting into the roof. It's just going to have to come off of it. I suck at explaining stuff. I'm sorry, guys. It's early. Let's have some more coffee. Needless to say, though, we've worked ourselves into a position where the next step that we need to do is the rafters on the roof for the mudroom. And we can't really go on to that until we get that post. So I don't know if we're going to go into town today, if they have it, if we're just going to run in and go grab it. If that's something that Gary's going to want to do this weekend, I don't know. But essentially, once we get that piece, it's like go time. And that roof structure is going to get tied in super duper quick. We have everything we need to get it. We just need to do it, just schedule the time to do it. There's also some other stuff that's moving higher on our priority list. So you guys know we got that super awesome sand filter. Love it. It is freaking amazing. It's totally changed the game for us big time around here. No longer am I spending my days scrubbing, the bathrooms and stuff. My tub is stained, but nah. At least I'm not having to scrub it like I was. And the toilet, I don't have to have a disclaimer every time some people come over to my house. We're not nasty. I swear it's not pee. I swear. It's just rust. I swear. If you've ever been to my house, which a lot of you guys have, but if you have ever been to my house and you've used my restroom, I promise you, before I got the sand filter, I would always give like a disclaimer because no matter what I did, that toilet always had like a yellow nasty ring and stuff around it and sediment at the bottom, and it just always looked disgusting. Like even if I cleaned it like the day before, it would stay nice for the one day, and then after that, like, yeah. So unless I had like a planned thing, then I would clean it and then everyone would get to see that it's nice and clean. But if it was just like hey, I'm a pop-in or something, like I'd always give the disclaimer, I swear we're not nasty. But no, so it's not having that problem anymore. But the sand filter is not having any problems, right? But it's not fully buried. And so something that is moving higher on the priority list is us going over to the sand filter area and like burying it up to the point that it needs to be buried. I'm not sure if we're going to have to do that SimpleLifeReclaimed with a little country road cure muscle action going on, which we have talked about. We have also talked about having Wiley come over with our mountain home and use his tractor to kind of like just bury it really quick. But I know that they're really busy, so I'm not trying to like, if it fits in their schedule, then it fits in their schedule. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, and we'll just get over there with the shovels and make it happen. I just know it's moving higher on the priority list. So that might be something that we address today. There's also inside the sand filter, we have it all set up now with Anthony and Roxanne put like a chicken light and stuff inside there. So that way when the freezing temperatures come, hopefully the holding tank doesn't freeze, and it shouldn't. But here's the thing. So like when winter really hits out here, sometimes we will lose power, and Gary and Anthony and Rox and all of us have all been making a lot of steady progress towards being able to have everything still working when there's no power. We've worked with several different brands for the battery backups. We have a gas backup generator and stuff, and all that is great. However, when the power goes out, both houses are left without water because of the way that needs power and stuff like that, and the draw and the battery banks and the way that the actual plug-in plugs in. And to make a long story short, Gary and I would like to address that like pretty quickly as far as the well, so that way when and if the power does go out, the well will still work for both houses, and it would just be like on an automatic backup system. And then eventually we can get that system to where that's the battery and that's the power that runs it all the time. We don't have a solar panel for it right now, but we do have some battery banks that we're looking at setting up over there. So that way, for the time being, it will draw the power and charge itself off of the city grid power. And then when it's full up, then it will just use the battery bank for it until the battery bank is depleted, and then it will charge back up through that. And then eventually we'll have it set up to where it's charging itself off of solar and it's not hooked up to the grid power. And then it would just be like our well would always work regardless of the situation. It wouldn't be like an emergency situation. It would just always run off of that. So it'd save us money on the power bill, you know, because it would just always be running off of its own thing. So there's that. We're looking into doing that too. And the reason why that's moving a little higher on the priority list is because it is getting cold. And we do know that like we're probably months away from snow still. Like we usually don't get any snow out here until January. But every year in January, we do get snow, we do get ice storms, and that's usually when the power goes out. And we don't want to have to be dealing with this stuff at that point. We would rather it be all set up and rather work in it and do it before the weather changes. So yeah. So there's that. So that's kind of what we're thinking and what's going on, at least right now. There is no for sure plan for today. I woke up this morning. Gary had set some coffee by the bed for me. And he took off out into the blind. So we haven't really had our morning chat on like, you know, being the buzzards. What you want to do today? I don't know what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do.
Hey, Flaps, what we gonna do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
First I say, what we gonna do? Then you say, I don't know, what do you want to do? Then I say, what we're gonna do. You say, what you want to do? What we're gonna do, what you want. Let's do something.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Oh, blimey.
I've got it. This time I've really got it.
So you've got it. So what we're gonna do?
I always say me and Gary are a bunch of buzzards for that reason. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Today is going to be a wonderful day, though. It is going to warm up. I know it's cold this morning, but the day is supposed to progress into being a beautiful one to be able to get a lot of work done. And we might be able to really knock it out, man. And like really knocking it out would be visiting the well area and perhaps setting up all that electricity stuff. And then also going to town and picking up our wood. If we could do those two things, that would be phenomenal. But it really just depends on, and the wood that we need, just to clarify, guys, again, it's literally a post. It's not like we need all this wood. We need like one beam, maybe two, but we need like just 1 or 2 beams. That's it. And that's it. Everything else we have all the zip board. We have all the wood to make the rafters. We have all the bracketing. We have everything. We just don't have the beam. And the reason why Gary waited on buying the beam was because you know how he is with his measurements. And it's one of those things like waste not, want not, right? So it doesn't matter. He wanted to wait until he got like the measurement and knew the height that he actually needed before we went and bought it. But I'm pretty sure he has all of that stuff kind of together. He just hasn't called them yet. I think when he thought about it, they were already closed or something. I don't know. We've had a lot of stuff going on over here lately. There's been a lot of coming and going. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the background that we can't necessarily bring to y'all or don't necessarily want to bring to y'all, but just know it's been a season. All things considered, you know, it's been very, very good. It's been another one of those times where we get to sit back and reflect on life and reevaluate things. And I'm still very happy with the direction that we are going and that we have been. I'm really proud of our journey so far as a couple, as individuals, as a family, just all of it. It's been a blessing, but you know, life is life and life is going to keep lifing. So it's better than the alternative. But I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get into today. Those are pretty much the options that I was thinking about, because those are things that we've talked about like last night and the day before and stuff, of what we might want to go ahead and get done. There's also some other stuff on our plate too. We want to cut down those cedars so we could finish this back mudroom area and get the doorway done and get the window frames done. That's going to be a quicker project once we get the trees figured out and brought over here. It's just a matter of cutting them down and dragging it over here, which, depending on how heavy they are, that might make it a little bit interesting. I'm not exactly sure when Gary wanted to do that. I think we're trying to get the roof more settled, and maybe we'll do that when we're waiting for our metal delivery. I don't know. It's one of those things, so much to do, it's hard to figure out what to do sometimes. But I'm sure Gary's got a good plan, and as soon as he gets home, I will lean into it and we'll make it happen. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful morning this morning. Whatever we get into, I promise we'll bring you guys along for some of it. And you guys will have some more new videos coming out soon. In the meantime, if you guys haven't seen the latest post that we posted on Simple Life Reclaimed, we did post it yesterday. It was us finishing up the mudroom to a point. We got a lot of the zip board up on the building, got all the cripples in, double top plates, and again, we've already worked more since then, but we show you guys up until that point. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure to go to our channel, Simple Life Reclaimed, and check it out. But as for me, for right now, I'm going to get my butt inside, get some more coffee, see what I can make for those kiddos for breakfast, get dressed and ready, and officially start this day. So when Gary gets back, we can dive right into whatever we're going to get into. So anyway, friends, love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me and Lady this morning. And until the next one, I hope you have a good one. And we will catch you on that next one. Later. Say bye, Lady. Bye.